Meteorologist Andrew Whitmire joining us here, taking a look at precipitation throughout this week, or at least what we're expecting. And I know a lot of folks want to get out in the field and get started with planting, but that's not going to be possible everywhere.
No, not everywhere. You can see by this map, very colorful behind us here. More rain chances where we don't need it along the East Coast, but where some folks across the parts of the Pacific Northwest could use some of that moisture. It looks like it's going to show up for some of us, especially in Northern California. And let's go ahead and zoom in here on a few of these locations. And a closer look here at the East Coast. And you notice those yellows, even some oranges showing up here. This is total precipitation here throughout this whole entire week, where some locations could be picking up close to an inch of a rainfall. And where some parts of Northern California really could use some of this moisture. This is going to, of course, if this pans out, it could enhance some mudslides as well that we'll have to keep our eyes on for the extreme western portion here of the Pacific Northwest, where we could be looking at anywhere from 1 to 3+ inches of rainfall over the course of the next several days. And there is a wintry side to this system as well. We could be looking at a lot of mountain snow for the Intermountain West, and unfortunately for the western half of the Dakotas as well. More snowfall, but the good news though about the snow across the western Dakotas is it's been really dry, and we really could use the moisture. Walking through this here on the April 19th Tuesday map here, I notice how we've got 2 areas of low pressure here. This dry line here, that's going to fuel some scattered showers and thunderstorms here from Texas, Oklahoma, as far north and west there, as the extreme southern portions there of Kansas. Meanwhile, remaining on the cool, chilly side here across the Great Lakes, high pressure will eventually build on in. After that, the cold front continues to work its way off to the east. And of course, again, where that dry line will set up, that's where we are watching the potential here for some stronger storms to develop, not only for today, but heading on into Wednesday as well. Oklahoma City, upwards of Wichita, maybe as far north as Kansas City. We'll have to watch for a few stronger storms that could bubble on up here as we head on into tomorrow. Walking through the future track precipitation here as we go throughout this afternoon. Again, we'll continue to deal with some wintry mixture across the New England seaboard. Meanwhile, again, that low pressure system, we'll just see wave after wave of low pressure is likely coming on board here for the Pacific Northwest. We'll just keep that area rather on the active side. And here's that low pressure system with that dry line, which again will keep the southern plains here on the active side here as we go throughout the start of this upcoming weekend, going forward into Wednesday as well. Luckily, though, there is a big warming trend for much of the country, at least the eastern half of the country, as we head on into the end of this week. Let's take a look at some locations where you live. Jamestown, New York, breezy. Snow showers, high getting up to 37 degrees. Going over to Hines, Minnesota, sun and clouds, 42. And as we go over to Keslow, Washington, showers, high nearing 50 degrees.